Hi everybody, I am going to attempt to walk you through what it took for me to be able to get Soundjack to work on my Windows laptop, a PC that's running the Windows operating system. My laptop is about 5 or 6 years old. It's a Lenovo Yoga running Windows 10. So if you have a PC that's running a Windows operating system and you're trying to get connected to Soundjack, this might help you. I have uninstalled everything, so I'm going to do this as if I'm starting from scratch and walking you through what that experience is. First thing we're going to do is go to Chrome. I'm connected to Wi-Fi right now. If you connect to Ethernet, that makes this even better. Your experience with Soundjack will be even smoother if you have the ability to connect to Ethernet. My laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port in it, but I was able to buy an adapter that is a USB adapter that creates an Ethernet connection into my computer, and it was like $10. It's not very expensive. Okay, so connected to Wi-Fi, that's it. That's all we have connected right now. I am going to go to Chrome because that is the recommended browser for accessing Soundjack. Excuse my messy desktop and all my messy browsers. We're going to go to Soundjack. Oops. Delay, soundjack.eu. My computer is really slow and old. Did I mention that? Wow, it's really slow right now. Okay, so this is the homepage for Soundjack. There are all of these buttons over here. We need to download the Soundjack software first. There is not currently a button with which to download the software. But if you register for an account, this is the page that will come up. I have already registered, so I'm just going to sign in, and it is going to remember my login. I'm going to log in, and we're going to get redirected to that home page. And now we have a magical download button. So I am going to click download, and we have some options. You must know your operating system for your computer. So I have a computer that is running a Windows operating system. So I'm going to choose the Windows version with manual installer. It's probably going to take a little while to download because my computer is slow right now. It's been working really hard these days, so I try to be gentle with it. It is a zip file that we are downloading with a really fancy name of SJC200828. And we are downloaded. Now, since it's a zip file, we have to extract this guy. So I'm going to click on it. And you'll see it went to my downloads folder, if that matters to you. I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to extract all. Now, I don't want it in my download folder anymore. You can just, accept whatever the default destination is, but I'm going to choose my desktop because I want it to be easier to find. So I am now extracting those files to my desktop. Okay, so I could just go to my desktop here, and there it is. And I could click on it here. Or you can minimize all of these windows. So this is my browser. I'm just minimizing it. I'm not closing it. And here is Soundjack down here. I will double click on it, and you get a list of all sorts of things that are really scary looking. You do not need to worry about any of the scary things. Just go to the very bottom thing that says Soundjack, and that is all you need. Click on that, double click on that. So you could have done this by going to the list in your manager, your computer manager on your, or you can go to your desktop or whatever file it is you saved it in. Now, Windows wants to protect my PC from Soundjack, and it's saying don't run, and that's my only option. But I need to run Soundjack, so I'm going to ask for more information, and then voila, I have a run anyway button. I'm going to do that. And we get this nifty scary, old-fashioned looking screen, which I don't really understand well, but it has something I do understand. Waiting for browser connection. Please enter stage on website. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. I had only minimized my browser. I'm going to open that up. Go to stage on website. You'll see here it says public stage. So I'm going to go to the public stage. So all I've done now is I've downloaded Soundjack. I have saved it to wherever I want it on my computer, and I have opened Soundjack, and that's all I've done, other than now I have come back to the website and gone to the public stage. Now I'm still logged in. If you had logged out before this stage of the process, you would have had to log back in here. Okay, so here's the public stage. We have some things we can change over here with some icons, and then we have some usernames and some things that look like play symbols. If we look down on this list, my username pops up, but it's yellow. Yellow doesn't seem good. So I'm going to scroll down and see what this, if I hover over the yellow, it says audio working, no. So my audio is not working. So I am currently unable to connect to Soundjack because I don't have proper audio setup. The audio setup is located over here. Underneath the words public stage, there's this set of things you can choose. This one right here with the arrow pointing to the right, if you hover over the box, it says set audio input device. Right now it says no audio. So I'm going to click here and see what my options are. It gives me speakers, Realtek high definition audio, or microphone Realtek high definition audio. I have nothing connected to my computer right now, so those are my speakers that exist within the computer itself and the microphone that exists within the computer itself. Since this is the input, I would pick the microphone. And then this one is the output, so I'm going to pick the speakers. Now you'll look down here and the dial turned gray instead of red, and now you hear that I am actually connected. And if you look at my username, it is green. But you'll also hear that the sound is terrible and has lots of feedback. So I'm going to connect my headphones. These are wired headphones. And I happen to have a headphone jack in my computer. So I am just plugging these into the headphone jack. And now you can see that the dial is still active, but you can't hear the feedback because I have headphones connected. So wired headphones help significantly with the feedback. But really, we could use Soundjack right now because with the headphones plugged in, there isn't that awful feedback. We'll just have reduced quality sound because the speaker in the microphone in my computer is not very good. So I would love to be able to use a USB microphone. I have a USB microphone that is decent, so it would be really nice if I could connect that to Soundjack in order to use it. This is where the next hiccup comes in connecting with a Windows device on Soundjack. We don't automatically have the functionality within our computers when we were using PCs for the USB mics to work within Soundjack. So we need to download another program. We have to go to asioforall.org. You'll see ASIO, the number 4, ALL.org. We are going to download the most recent version in English for my purposes, because that is my language of choice. You'll see that it takes very quick, it's a very quick download, it's not very big. I'm going to open this, and we are going to get a little installer guide here. We do want to make changes on the computer because we want ASIO on the computer. Next. Sure, I read all that. I accept. And now this screen, the Choose Components screen. This screen is the screen that I missed for 3 hours earlier today, and I will never get those hours back in my life. Click offline settings. Make sure offline settings is clicked. Did you hear me? Click offline settings. This is very important, and I missed it for too long today. So click that and then click next. Now it's just choosing a default destination folder. That's fine with me. And now we are finished installing ASIO for all. Okay, so we can get out of that. You can just close that website or minimize the whole browser, but we'll just keep it simple. I close the website. Now, I am going to show you what happens. Now, I can connect my Blue Yeti Nano USB microphone, and it will look like, oops, I think I just pushed that out of the screen. Sorry about that. It will look like on the microphone it is working because it has a green light, and that usually means we're good to go. However, in this case, it does not mean that. If we choose our input setting, you'll see the Nano isn't even an option right now in Soundjack. So let's refresh. Let's refresh this page, see if we can get the Nano to show up. Okay, so we have microphone Yeti Nano. I can choose it. And I can choose my speakers that were on my computer. But now our dial is still red. Now the microphone is green. It's still green. It looks like it's working. But the dial is red. We are not getting sound into Soundjack. And you'll look at my login name. I have that yellow warning button. So something isn't working. Now, if I open, I'm going to go to my files here. ASIO for all. If you look at this list, if I had not clicked offline settings in that setup of the installation, all we would have here is the instruction manual, the website, and uninstall. We wouldn't have an option for anything that was the actual program. Since we clicked offline settings, we have this one right here, which gives us an actual program. And you'll see here that there's the Realtek high definition audio, which is my computer onboard set of speakers and microphones, and then my Yeti Nano. So it recognizes both of these things. Doesn't let us do anything with them though. So we have to hit this wrench. I just left clicked on the wrench. And now we get plus symbols next to these devices. I'm going to expand them so we can see what our options are. Now, right now, the Realtek high definition audio is blue with a play sign next to it. That means it is active. It is chosen. It is the chosen one. And it is chosen for both the output and the mic input. Now, the Yeti also has an out and in, but it is not blue with a play symbol, so it has not been chosen yet. We don't want my onboard microphone. We do want the output because that's where my headphones are plugged in. We don't want the microphone. So I'm going to unclick the microphone. Now I want to click the Yeti. It takes a second. There's like a lag time before it actually responds, so don't be alarmed. And once that's blue, now it is both the on and the in activated, but the out and the in activated, but we don't want it to be the output. We want the headphones to be the output. So we're going to unclick the output. So now we have this set up so that the USB microphone is on the input and the onboard speakers are the output, which means my headphones will work. But those are in ASIO for all. They're not in Soundjack. If I click on my Soundjack, you'll see I still have the microphone, the Yeti chosen and the speakers chosen, which is what I want to use, but they're not working. If I choose ASIO for all for both the input and the output, now it is working because we have chosen those two devices in ASIO for all. They are the defaults that will end up going through Soundjack. And you'll see that my username is now green. Everything looks good to go. I am connected and I can now connect with others on Soundjack and make some music if I want to. There are lots of other settings when you finally connect with people for how to improve the sound and improve the latency. But I will leave those explanations to the smarter people like Professor Chellis, who has already done a lot of that for you. For now, this has gotten you connected to Soundjack with a Windows device and a USB microphone. So you have to download the Soundjack software, you have to download ASIO for all, and you have to make some of the adjustments in the selections of which things are being used along the way. So it's a little clunky to get started, but once you've done it, then it actually works and works really well. And how great that we might actually be able to have close to real-time collaboration in a time when that's virtually impossible. So enjoy singing, enjoy singing with others. I will sign off here.